Think about all the sensitive information your company handles: customer records, financial data, internal reports. Now imagine what happens if that information ends up in the wrong hands. A single breach can lead to lawsuits and lost business. So, how do you keep it safe? You can start by encrypting it to make it useless to anyone who might steal it. So, how does it work? You use complex algorithms to scramble your data so it becomes unreadable unless it's restored using a specific key. There are two main types of encryption. Symmetric encryption uses one key for both encrypting and decrypting data. This is fast but risky. A single leak could compromise the security of the data. Asymmetric encryption uses different keys for the two processes. This makes it a little slower, but it's more secure. A breach at just the sender's end won't allow an attacker to unscramble the data. Companies already use encryption in everyday tools. Security features like BitLocker on Windows operating systems encrypt entire devices. So if someone steals your laptop, they can't access the data without the encryption key. TLS encryption, which secures data in transit over the internet, protects websites by keeping login credentials and payment details private. Some businesses encrypt everything, from emails to entire client databases. So even if hackers break into the system, they get nothing they can actually read. But encryption alone isn't enough. You also need to protect your data storage and transfers. Let's talk about data at rest. These are files stored on devices like computers or servers. Unprotected storage is an easy target. Picture a remote employee working from a cafe, using their personal laptop for company tasks. They step away for a moment, and when they return, the laptop is gone. Because their device wasn't encrypted, anyone with access can now retrieve confidential client contracts and financial data. A simple fix for such risks is to encrypt stored files and use physical security measures like multi-factor authentication to lock down access. Multi-factor authentication is one of the easier ways to block unauthorized access. Instead of relying on just a password, it adds extra layers like a one-time code sent to your phone or a fingerprint scan. Adding even one layer of protection through two-factor authentication or 2FA can significantly improve account security even if a hacker manages to steal your password. They won't be able to access your accounts. Once you've secured your data at rest, think about data in transit, or the information you send over email, upload to cloud storage, or access on a public Wi-Fi network. Without protection, it's vulnerable. That's why VPNs and encrypted email services matter. They keep all your data hidden or unreadable to outsiders. Now, let's talk about who actually has access to sensitive data. Not everyone in a company needs to see everything. That's where role-based access control, or RBAC, comes in. Instead of giving every employee full access, RBAC limits data based on job roles. Think about your own company. Someone in the marketing department won't need to be able to open financial records like someone from accounting would. And most likely, you wouldn't give an intern access to confidential client files. When you implement RBAC, frequently review who has access to sensitive data. As employees change roles or leave the company, revoke any unnecessary permissions. This simple practice helps prevent internal data leaks and make sure that only authorized employees can view critical information. Even with all these protections in place, security gaps can still exist. Regular security audits are a great way to uncover weak spots before they become major problems. Let's say a company conducting a security audit finds that employees are reusing weak passwords across multiple systems. If one password is compromised, hackers can access everything. But thanks to the audit, the company catches the problem before it's too late. It enforces stronger password requirements and mandates multi-factor authentication, making it much harder for attackers to break in. Strong data protection is best achieved with a layered approach. So stay ahead of the threats and you stay secure.